to the next point.
Towards
We should ensure
us.
whatever we see is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction.
Good day, learners. Welcome to yet another segment of our e-learning organized by Kaduna State Ministry of Education. I am Mr. Monday Bakwai. I'm going to take you through the subject mathematics, and the topic for our discussion is coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry, and the subtopic under coordinate geometry, we're going to consider parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Now, when two or more lines are parallel, they will never meet. And the condition for them to be parallel is when they have the same gradient. So two or more lines are said to be parallel if their gradients are the same. And suppose M1 and M2 are the respective gradients of the two lines. Then M1 must be equals to M2. M1 must be equals to M2. M1 stands for the gradient of the first line, while M2 stands for the gradient of the second line. So if you get the same gradient, it is a clear fact that the two lines are parallel. Now, perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at angle 90 degrees. Two lines that intersect at angle 90 degrees. So, what is the condition for two lines to be perpendicular? Two lines are said to be perpendicular if the product of their gradient is -1. Two lines are said to be perpendicular if the product of their gradient is -1. Supposing M1 and M2 are the respective gradients of the lines, then M1 multiplying M2, M1 multiplying M2 would be equals to -1. And if you are looking for M1, you divide -1 by M2. So also if you are looking for M2, you would divide -1 by M1. So two lines are said to be perpendicular if the product of their gradient is -1 and they intersect to form an angle of 90 degrees. Now let's cite examples. Example 1. Example 1, we have find the equation of a line passing through the point -1, 3 and is parallel to y equals to 3s plus 1. Find the equation of a line parallel. Find the equation of a line passing through the point -1, 3 and is parallel to y equals to 3x plus 1. Solution to our problem. We have the given line as y equals to 3s plus 1. Y equals to 3s plus 1. All you need to do, you make a comparison with the general equation of a line in intercept form. The equation of a line in intercept form is y equals to mx plus c. Y equals to mx plus c. In this case, our m is the gradient, while c is the intercept on the y-axis. Now, if you compare y equals to 3s plus 1 with y equals to mx plus c, it is clear that my gradient is 3. Gradient naturally is the coefficient of x. So the coefficient of x in y equals to 3s plus 1 is 3. And the coefficient of x being 3 gives the gradient of the line. So our m1 will be equals to 3 because it is the gradient of the line. Now, we are expected to find an equation that is parallel to this given equation. Now the condition is their gradient are the same. Since the lines are parallel, if M1 is 3, of course M2 must be 3 because the two lines are parallel. That is a condition given in the equation. So when you are reading a question, you must take note of the requirement. The first requirement is, are they parallel or perpendicular? And the question says they are parallel. Since they are parallel, the condition is their gradient must be the same. Now our M1 is 3. Of course, our M2 must then also be 3. Hence, the equation, which is y equals to mx plus c, will become y equals to 3x plus c because our gradient is equally 3. Now, the problem we are having now is the constant term. We need to find c. Now, from the question, there is a clue on how we can be able to find the constant term. The question says, move ahead, the equation passes through -1 and 3. The equation passes through -1 and 3. It implies that our s in this case is -1 and our y is 3. So we must find the constant term. We make substitution. You substitute x is -1 and y equals to 3 in the equation y equals to 3s plus c. And if you make the substitution correct, your c will become the unknown. Now we have y equals to 3x plus c. Substituting, our y is 3, which is 3 equals to, and our s is -1. You replace 3x means 3 times minus 1 because our x is in this case -1. So if you simplify further, you will have 3 equals to 3 times -1 is -3. 3 times -1 is -3. Then we need to collect like terms. 3 plus 3 will be equals to c because when a number crosses equality sign, it changes from positive to negative and from negative to positive. So in this case, 3 plus 3 will be equals to 6. Hence, our c is equals to 6, which is the constant term. Therefore, in this case, our equation becomes y equals to 3s plus 6. 6 has replaced c, and c is the constant. So in this case, our constant is 6. So the equation y equals to 3s plus c could be written as y minus 3x minus 6 equals to 0 when you equate everything to 0. Hence, y equals to 3s plus c is parallel to the given equation y equals to 3s plus 1. Y equals to 3s plus 6 is parallel to the given equation y equals to 3s plus 1. Example 2. The question says find the equation of a line. Find the equation of a line perpendicular. Find the equation of a line perpendicular to 3x minus 2y equals to 5 and passing through -2 minus 3. The question again, find the equation of a line perpendicular to 3x minus 2y equals to 5 and passing through -2 minus 3. Now solution. The question spells out that you are finding an equation that will be perpendicular. Now you must go back and recall the condition of perpendicularity. When two lines are perpendicular, we told you that the gradients, their product must be equals to -1. But for us to solve this equation, we need to transform the given equation, which is 3x minus 2y equals to 5, making sure that y becomes the subject of the formula. We try to make sure that y becomes the subject of the formula because the equation of a line in intercept form is y equals to mx plus c. So we have y equals to mx plus c. So making y the subject of formula in this case, we have 3x minus 2y equals to 5. Readjusting, we exchange 5 and 2y. So we have 3x minus 5 equals to 2y. Take note, minus 2y has become plus 2y because it has crossed equality sign. In the same wise, we have 5 has become minus 5 because it has crossed equality sign. All is in the effort of making y the subject of the formula. Now, when we divide through by 2, which is the coefficient of y, if we divide through by 2, the coefficient of y, we will be having 3x divided by 2 minus 5 over 2 equals to 2y divided by 2. Now, by simple mathematical simplification, 2, the coefficient of y will divide 2 in the denominator, leaving you only y. So we'll be having 3x over 2 minus 5 over 2 equals to y. Y has now become the subject of formula. Y has become the subject of formula. Therefore, y equals to 3x over 2 minus 5 over 2. Comparing with y equals to mx plus c. When you compare the equation with y equals to mx plus c, which is the general equation of a line in intercept form, the coefficient of x in this case is 3 over 2. So my gradient, which is m1 of the given equation, is 3 over 2. The coefficient of x, 3 over 2. It is now our m1 because it is the gradient of the first line. Now, if we move ahead, you realize that the equations spell out that the two lines are perpendicular. They meet to form angle 90 degrees. Now, the condition is m1 multiplying m2 will be equals to minus 1. m1 times m2 will be equals to minus 1. Now, we already know m1 by our transformation. Our m1 is 3 over 2, so you replace to find your m2. So 3 over 2 m2 equals to minus 1. When you multiply through by the LCM, or you can cross multiply, you have 3m2 equals to minus 2 because 2 times minus 1 will give you minus 2. Preceding, you divide through by the coefficient of m2, and the coefficient of m2 is 3. So our m2, being the subject of formula, becomes minus 2 over 3, minus 2 over 3. Hence, we have gotten the gradient of the line we are going to form. Now remember, y equals to mx plus c will now become y equals to minus 2 over 3x plus c because our gradient is minus 2 over 3. Now, as we move ahead, we need to find the constant term. And you have to recall that the equation passes through minus 2, minus 3. The equation passes through minus 2, minus 3. That is, our x is minus 2 in this case, while our y is minus 3. Now, we need to substitute the values of x and y in the given equation so that we can determine the value of c, which is a constant. By doing so, we have y equals to minus 3 equals to minus 2 over 3 times minus 2 plus c. Minus 3 equals to minus 2 over 3 times minus 2 plus c. 2 multiply 2, you have 4. 2 multiply 2, you have 4. And minus times minus will give us plus. Minus times minus will give us plus. So our minus 3 will be equals to 4 over 3 plus C. 4 over 3 plus C. Now making C the subject of formula because it is even the unknown. We are trying to find the unknown. So we need to make C the subject of the formula. We will be having minus 3 minus 4 over 3 equals to C. And therefore, our C can be determined by finding the LCM. When we find the LCM, we'll be having 3 as our LCM, and 3 divided by 1 is 3. 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. 3 divided by 3, we have 1. And 1 times minus 4 is minus 4. Simplifying, minus 9 minus 4 will give us minus 13. I'm owing 9, I'm owing 4, I'm owing 13. So minus 9 minus 4 becomes minus 13. In this case, our C becomes minus 13 over 3, which is the constant term, minus 13 over 3. We now replace back our value of C in the equation. Y equals to minus 2x over 3 plus C. We've gotten the value of C now. We'll just replace, and when we replace, our Y becomes minus 2x over 3 plus, in bracket, minus 13 over 3. Y equals to minus 2x over 3 plus, in bracket, minus 13 over 3. Now, we need to multiply through by the LCM of the denominator so that we'll have a linear equation because it is a straight line. The equation is a straight line. So when you multiply through by the LCM is 3. So 3 times y, you have 3y. And 3 would divide 3, you'll be left with minus 2. Plus minus will give me minus. So 3 will equally divide 3. We'll be left with minus 13. So the equation 3y equals to minus 2x minus 13 can be written as 3y plus 2x, bringing x, all the variable in one side. So 3y plus 2x equals to minus 13. Hence, 3y plus 2x equals to minus 13 is perpendicular to 3x minus 2y equals to 5. 3y plus 2x minus 13 is therefore perpendicular to the required equation 3x minus 2y equals to 5. Let's move to the next example, which is even our last example. Example 3, it says find the equation of a line A parallel, B perpendicular to the line x plus y equals to 3. Find the equation of a line A, which is parallel, B, which is perpendicular to the line x plus y equals to 3. And it passes through minus 1, minus 3. Solution. Given our equation as x plus y equals to 3, you make y the subject of formula. And making y of the subject of formula, we arrive at y equals to minus x plus 3. So when you compare with your general equation of a line, y will be mx plus c. In this case, my gradient is minus 1. Our m1 is minus 1. Hence, m2 will also be minus 1 because the lines are parallel. And if they are parallel, their gradient must be the same. So y will now be minus x plus c. We need to find c. And how do we find c? From where the equation passes through. It passes through minus 1, minus 3, which implies that x is minus 1, while y is minus 3. Substituting, we'll be having minus 3 equals to minus 1 into minus 1 plus c. So our equation becomes minus 3, 1, minus times minus is plus 1. So we have 1 plus c. Make c the subject of formula. You transfer 1 to the left-hand side. We'll be having minus 3 minus 1. It gives us c as minus 4 because minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. Therefore, our c is minus 4. Hence, the equation y equals to minus x plus c become y equals to minus x plus c is minus 4, so we replace. So the equation becomes minus y equals to minus x minus 4. You can equate it having the variable in one side. Y plus x will give us minus 4. Therefore, y plus x equals to minus 4 is parallel to x plus y equals to 3. The last part, which is b, we are equally going to find an equation perpendicular to that same equation, which is x plus y equals to 3. Making y the subject, our y will be minus x plus 3. So m1 will be minus 1. Since the lines are perpendicular, the condition is the product of their gradient is minus 1. The product of their gradient is minus 1. So m1, m2 will be minus 1. Replacing m1, which is minus 1, we have minus 1 m2 equals to minus 1. Divide through by the coefficient of m2, which is the gradient of the second line. You'll be having m2 as 1, because minus divided by minus give us plus. Hence, the equation y is ms plus c become y equals to x plus c. We need to find the value of c as our constant. You go back to the information given in the equation. The equation passes through minus 1 and minus 3. It means our x is minus 1. Our y is minus 3. So substituting the values of x and y in the equation, we'll be having minus 3, which is y, equals to minus 1, which is x plus c. Collection of like terms to make c as the subject of the formula. Minus 3 plus 1 becomes c. And our c will be minus 2, because minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So our constant in this case will be minus 2. Hence, we are going to have the equation y equals to s plus c becoming y equals to s plus minus 2, because our constant is minus 2. So you substitute accordingly, and by simplifying, positive negative is negative. So y will be equals to x minus 2. If you want to form all the variables in one side, y minus x will be equals to minus 2. Therefore, in this case, y minus x equals to minus 2 is perpendicular to s plus y equals to 3. Is perpendicular to s plus y equals to 3. These are the procedure you follow in making equation either parallel or perpendicular to any given equation. My dear learners, before we conclude the lesson, I have an assignment for you. And question 1 of the assignment goes, find the equation of a line passing through the point minus 1, 2, all in bracket, minus 1, 2, all in bracket, and is parallel to 3x plus 2y equals to 4. And is parallel to 3x plus 2y equals to 4. Then question 2, find the equation of a line passing through the point 2, minus 3 in bracket, 2, minus 3 in bracket, and is perpendicular. This time around is perpendicular to 5x minus 4y equals to 1. 5x minus 4y equals to 1. Our reference is materials that you can lay your hands so that you can be able to have more exercises and more examples to practice. You have New General Mathematics for Senior Secondary School, Book 2. New General Mathematics for Senior Secondary School, Book 2. And then we have Compiled Question and Answers, Q&A, popularly known by students. A compendium of past question paper is called Q&A. So, WAEC related. These are our textual materials. You can make reference. And then you lay your hands and have so many examples. I remain Mr. Monday Bokwe, and you can always send your assignment, or you can contact me in case of any difficulty through my phone number 080 25 25 9755. 080 25 25 9755. Stay safe, keep learning, and God bless you.